Hi everyone, it's been a hot minute and I know I haven't made a video in such a long time and I honestly really miss sharing my nail creations with you guys. Lately, life has been really wild, honestly in the best way possible because I had the most life-changing moments and the happiest moments of my life. So I basically had a wedding, but let's get into that a little bit later. But for now, I'm back with this really pretty autumn nail set and I'm basically going to be combining a lot of different variations. So this is a little bit of out of my comfort zone. I'm going to be creating a tortoise shell with aura vibes and 3D flowers because I've been seeing them all over TikTok, you guys, and they're really trendy. So I've already prepped my nails and I've applied almond tips that I've adhered with gel base, and I used Savlon gel builder so I can structure and build my nail. This was a great opportunity for me to actually show you guys how I build my nails as well, because that was such a learning curve for me, honestly. And also my GelX will cover tips ran out. So about the wedding, you guys, I first want to start sharing like a little bit of my background. I'm Middle Eastern. I come from a Middle Eastern family and I've honestly had the privilege to attend many family and friends weddings. And honestly, you guys, in the Middle East, the engagement isn't just this like quick moment. It's actually a celebration of its own, like genuinely. Before the wedding usually starts, the bride gets her like own special party and she basically gets all her friends and family, pretty much anyone that's closer to her. Then she basically throws this engagement party for everyone else, and then she gets to shine with a nice, gorgeous, extravagant outfit. It's not going to be as extravagant as the wedding gown, but it's still pretty extravagant if you guys ask me. So there's going to be lots of music, dancing, and delicious food. Yeah, I'm going there to eat. When it comes to wedding day, that's where the real grandness comes in, because in the Middle East, weddings are known to be massive, like huge, and sometimes you get like hundreds or thousands of people in the attendance. And when they host those weddings, oh my goodness, you guys, think of a luxury hotel or a banquet hall. Yeah, the more I'm like hearing myself right now, the more snobby I sound. There's one thing that really stands out in the Middle Eastern weddings that some people may find it quite like culture shocking as well, and that biggest culture shock for me as well when I had my wedding here in the United Kingdom. The weddings in the Middle East are usually segregated, so there's a separate area for the men and a separate area for the women, and each of them have their own like celebrations. Depends on some families, you know, some people can have those two parties on the same day, some people can have it on different days. Personal preference, it really depends. But yeah, I really love that the atmosphere usually is super lively and happy, like all around. It's just so beautiful. In the Middle Eastern weddings, like usually the bride would come in first and then she would just walk down the aisle, sit on a beautiful couch. Like I wish I could sit on a couch. It's nicely decorated and she'd just sit there, be pretty and smile. And then basically the groom walks down the aisle as well and then sits down, joins her. They smile, take pictures, all that jazz. And then after the ceremony, they do the legal marriage contract and then the real party begins. So like all the guests celebrate, dance, lots of music, and basically everyone's just vibing. After that, again, my favorite part, I know, the massive feast. Okay, lots of traditional food. You can either get it served to you or a buffet. It really depends. I didn't do either on my wedding, actually. I took a different approach. So here I'm going to be applying a nude color on my index finger, my middle finger, and my pinky. I'm excluding the ring finger and my thumb because I'm going to make my ring finger a tortoise shell and I'm going to make the thumb a red with an aura white nail kind of vibe. So how my wedding actually went is completely different from what I'm usually used to and how I explain weddings, how they take place in the Middle East and how they are. Mine was actually very small, way less than 100 people even. And I've decided to celebrate it with just the closest people. And honestly, it made it feel way more special and intimate in a different way. I got to walk down the aisle and I stood in front of the love of my life and we exchanged vows, and that is something that is very different from what I'm used to. It's not really a big tradition there to have to exchange vows, at least in my culture. It was honestly such a beautiful, meaningful moment that I will always remember. And you guys, I wore this really gorgeous pink dress with a pink veil. It felt perfect. It was like the right dress as well. When I went dress shopping, you guys, it was a genuine nightmare for me because I could not find anything I liked. Everything I saw, it was too glamorous for me. Believe it or not, my whole dress, like if I don't look like a piece of cotton candy, then it's not it for me. Here's a picture from that day actually. I just want to give you guys a little glimpse of how special it was because it was very special for me. And of course, I have to mention how amazing my husband looks. Like, look at that powder blue suit. Like, look how beautiful that is. And the whole ceremony lasted for about like what, 30-40 minutes, which is a massive contrast, you guys. In comparison to traditional Middle Eastern wedding ceremonies, they would take around 3 hours ish. Okay, so back to the nails. For my tortoise shell, I basically mix a lot of different colors to get the shade because I do not have this brown shade. So I mixed this amber color with a mahogany color and a dark brown to achieve the color I wanted. When I added the dollops in, I made sure to apply blooming gel. Keep in mind, blooming gel makes it really bulky. So I honestly would recommend a completely different technique, perhaps using a thinner brush and a jelly color and try to blend it that way when the colors are wet, because I ended up filing it after anyways. For my middle finger, I wanted to try something new. I saw this like really trendy shape and oh my god, you guys, this finger was really frustrating because I'm not really good at painting lines like this. Actually, I had to like draw a circle, but it didn't really come out to look like a circle, but I tried. And I don't know if it's the liner brushes that I'm using that might be too long or I need more practice, but I really suck at drawing lines. for the pinky, it was a white Frenchie, and I gave it zebra stripes. Oh my god, here is where this was challenging. For the thumb, I used this blooming gel again to ombre the white, and honestly you guys, the more I'm struggling to try to figure out a technique, the more I'm just like, okay, I need to get an airbrush right now, because I've tried the matte technique. The colors don't seem to be pigmented enough when I overlay them on a dark background, and when I apply blooming gel it just looks super bulky. For my index finger, I'm going to create this 3D flower, and I've seen the hype all over the place with these, and I'm super excited to try these. So I wanted to create like little balls and put them on the nail that way, but then I realized that the balls didn't really scale very well. So I just ended up doing it on the nail. I smushed everything together and just sculpted it right on the nail. I think I was trying to make a lily. I don't know much about flowers, please don't come for me. I found it really easy to actually sculpt with either a silicone tool or one of those like cuticle pushers. You can use either wooden or plastic. I had what I had. Now, when painting the 3D flower, I really struggled with something that I've noticed, and I might have to do a little more research on this, but when I painted over the flower, all the beautiful detailing that I've added making and sculpting the 3D flower was getting covered by the paint that I'm applying. So keep that in mind. I would recommend just probably painting with a really thin brush and then just keep wiping your brush after. So now I'm going to be adding all the cute charms. I'm going to be applying all my charms using the Macart's rhinestone gel. I'm going to add a cute little star on my middle finger and a cute little cherry on the zebra. I feel like the aura nail needed a little more, so I just added some star stickers. And now finally I'm just going to be applying top coat on all of my nails, and I'm going to be really careful with the 3D flower. Again, I'm going to go back into it with a small brush just to push away any of the excess gel. Honestly, I think that the 3D flower look came together as soon as I added the caviar beads right in the center. So here's what the nails look like, and guys, I'm obsessed. I can't wait to replicate this on my other hand and struggle a lot, especially with the line work, but it turned out fantastic, you guys. I'm in love with this. Oh my god, they're so cute. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.